So before we get too excited about the frozen expanse that is the Mediterranean Sea in this particular game, which is ridiculous, and before we get too excited about the imminent arrival of uranium, I think what we're going to do now, as mentioned before, is go and explore the top of the map, see if we can find the northern icebergs. I don't believe all of the uranium has been found. Surely not. Don't call me Shirley. Also going to get ready for my capital to build in a spaceport. I think it would be worth it. It would be quite handy in order to get the satellites to reveal the map so I can double check in just, you know, I want to be absolutely certain that if there is uranium for me to get, I'm going to get it. Here is the Venetian Arsenal. I built it because I think, you know, if we're going to start declaring war on people with nukes, we've got to have some boats to back it up. I'm thinking nuclear submarines are going to be really important, and I'm thinking destroyers are going to be really important. 1 to fire the nukes, and then 1 to take the city that has been nuked. And because I'm taking irradiated cities, I'm going to need a lot of boats. Like, we're going to need a bigger boat. It's that sort of game. Don't mind me whilst I steal Geneva. Yes, excellent. Instantly builds a lighthouse. Oh, Nelson is always a glad sight. I'm pretty sure I've got use of you somewhere. And I'm building a harbour in one of these new cities. It's got to be one that's relatively close. Here we go. Here's an option. 1 turn away from nuclear fission as well. I'm very excited. Very excited indeed. I'm also still building on +5 campuses. Like, there's a lot of good campuses here. I'm loving it. Manhattan Project time. This is where it gets really exciting. I just picked up an archaeologist, which is great because I had a bunch of tiles in my capital I couldn't work, so it's good to do that one. 11 turns on the old Manhattan Project. It's not too many. We can live with that. We need to start picking troops for different places as well, like St. Petersburg. You've got Pasargadae. Those are both landlocked cities, so I can't use destroyers for them. I've got to have some actual land army, but other ones like Niani, that's pretty coastal. So, and Canberra as well up there. So those are 2 that we definitely want to send some units to. Come on, Buenos Aires, pick up that uranium. Do it, do it, do it. Yes, they did it. Okay, that is handy. Builder, go and improve it. Gonna take you 13 turns to get there, but I don't care. We need that uranium. In the meantime, here's Boomtown. We have our first piece of uranium in. Not that I'm too excited about that, but I'm literally thrilled. I'm so excited. Amazingly, no aluminium in my empire either. Goodness me, strategics have not been on our side this game. I have not had anything turn up as it should do, but it's okay. We will just have to conquer everyone. Every single person until we get aluminium. Oh, goodness me. Well, if I wanted bombers, you know, to actually nuke people, that's clearly not going to happen. Ooh, oil power. That's going to help with my power issues because at the moment coal is a problem. It's a real problem. We're not getting much of it, and well, I'm just going to end up using more and more and more, I think. Triggers the Eureka for computers. Oh, that came just in the nick of time. Lovely. There's Lovelace Computers is now done. And the reason I'm getting computers is because I want to rush to telecommunications so I can get nuclear submarines. These things are amazing. They don't require oil and they can fire nukes. I also sort of want to build flood barriers everywhere I can as well because I have the strong suspicion I'm going to flood the world quite badly. What my scanning of the northern seas has proven to be utterly fruitless. There is no more uranium on this map. I have one source and then also this city-state. So that's fun. Never mind. We'll have to think of ingenious ways to get uranium otherwise. Like, I think we should be okay. We've already got a stack of 18 of it. I can always buy it off people. Yeah, there's options. I am frequently though just touring the map searching. Only 5 freaking sources of uranium. Passing by, go away. Look, I'm searching for uranium, okay? This is very important work. Don't interrupt my career. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, 5. Ugh. There's mobilization, which is great. It's always worth making a machine gun army when you can, because 102 range strength means that pretty much every one of your cities from that point on is just unbelievably powerful. Many dispute the actual start of the information era, but you know it was when India didn't do any of that stuff. It's when we completed the Manhattan Project. I'm so excited I can barely say it. Right, I've got 27 uranium, 3 coming in per turn. Building a nuclear device takes 8 turns, which sucks. I can't get the production any higher unless I go for democracy, which I'm very tempted to. But as long as I'm not building a device more than every 3 turns, in theory, I can build as many of these things as I want, which is quite exciting, really. I'm going to lie to a lot of people about passing by. My aim, okay, is to get a domination victory by only nuking cities, right? So I can take a city once I've nuked it, but the problem I've got is 2 things. Loyalty is one problem. If I take, like, Constantinople, I've reduced its population to pretty much 0 because I nuked it, and then after that point, the loyalty of the other cities will take it over. So that's not good. And then also, well, I've got a problem in the sense that I've got to make the nukes. So I'm thinking I've got to make a supply of 20 nukes minimum, because that's how many capitals there are. It's going to be tough. This is going to be tough, especially because actually there are double capitals in places. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a collection. Every single capital in the game, so for instance, Xi'an is one of these capitals. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a melee unit by it. So for instance, this destroyer is now waiting. And then I'll put a nuclear submarine by it. So each one has a melee unit and a nuclear submarine. Now, it might not be a destroyer if, for instance, the capital is like, for instance, this one, Cairo, the original capital. That's fine. Where was my example? Was it Moscow? No, St. Petersburg. So this city is going to be trickier. So on this one, I need a land unit. So I need to do, think about that a little bit. But on those ones, I can build things like tanks, and the good thing is that between the destroyers and the tanks, I've already got 21 oil per turn coming in. That's not going to be a problem. I have so many little island cities, and there's so much oil on this map that, yeah, oil is not a problem. Like, I've already improved it. Like, this city alone has got, like, 3 sources. I had a city up in the north that's got, like, 3 sources. There's a lot of oil. So, yeah, every single capital has got to have 1 melee unit and 1 nuclear submarine, as well as a nuke in reserve. And the idea is that hopefully I can take every single city in the same turn. Now, even saying it, okay, sounds stupid, because clearly that's not going to happen, but we can have lofty ambition, Who are you if you refuse to fight for your people? Don't worry, Macedon, don't worry. We'll get to that stage in a bit. In a small moment. Actually, Trade Point Alpha, you can be really handy. I was going to get it to make another nuclear device, but we're going to have a little tangent here. A spaceport is 7,200 gold. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'll wait until Moksha's bit. I was thinking I could just put her down a spaceport, but at the moment my gold is going into upgrading my troops. I've got a lot of boats I'm upgrading to destroyers, for instance. I've got a lot of nuclear submarines appearing, so there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm still working capitalism. Why am I doing that? I don't even know. Let's go ideology, and then I'm going to go for Cold War so I can get to international waters, but I also want democracy because it's going to help me build the nukes in the first place, and after that point, then we'll switch to venture politics and to corporate libertarianism, because I can get even more nuclear material. That's good. The uranium is coming in, 3 per turn. Where's my builder? Here it is. 4 turns away. We're almost there. And this is going to be painstaking. This is going to be absolutely painstaking, but what I'm going to do is for each capital, I'm going to put a pin down, and I'm going to say, like, Japan, and then that's the launching point for Japan, and I'm going to put my troops on that point. So there's going to be 20 of these pins down, civ by civ, and by doing this, I can make sure that I've, everything is ready to go. I need my army assembled for each one, and it's going to have little warning symbols on it for me on everything, but it's okay. But by taking the time to do this, I should be able to make sure that I have, everything I need. I can do this off camera, don't worry. In fact, actually, what I can do is I can also change this between, naval ones and non-naval ones. So, for instance, what's a good naval symbol? Let's put the Great Admiral symbol. Yeah, there we go. So that's going to be an admiral point. So as long as the admiral thing is down, that means I can put a boat there. Boats I can build at double speed because I've got Venetian arsenal, so that's fine. But for instance, Russia's not so good. This one needs an army point, so that one's going to be a general point. Yeah, this is going to take a while. Ugh. So rare that I do anything that has this level of planning on it. It's very strange. I'm not a I'm not naturally suited to this. Scotland's a weird one because I can't actually get boats here. So it's going to have to be a land army. So I'm going to have my sort of submarine slightly off shot. Exactly the same with America as well. Like, it's really awkward. Never mind. So there should be 19 pins in total if I've done this job correctly. That is unnamed pin 19. Nope. I've missed one. Oh no. Who did I miss? Spain. Yeah, Spain. Okay, that's good. We caught it. So that is it. So I have, let's have a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 melee ones, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 naval ones. Alright, we need to kick out the submarines. We need to kick out the melee units. This is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to this. This is cool. Now, one thing I'm not going to do is use Operation Ivy, because my nukes, I don't have much nuclear material. I need to spare my nukes and just get the good little efficient ones. I think that's going to be the best thing to do, but we'll keep an eye on it, because I might need to improvise a little bit based on what's happening around me. One thing I'm going to do as well is start letting my alliances expire. What I don't want to happen is, for whatever reason, myself to like get caught up in a joint war and have everything ruined, or, you know, something like that. So friendships are fine. Friendships can be broken with nukes. That is something that's quite fun. Like, even if you're friends with somebody, just nuke one of their units and, oh no, suddenly you're at war. It's a tragic thing. Tragic thing. There you go, nuclear device. We're starting to build them in 2 places, my port city and my capital. It's not going to be enough though. We need a third contender. A third contender. I think this city is pretty decent, but is it my best? Feed the World technically is a better city. So, I think I might utilize this one a little bit. Let's just do some selling. Look, this is the thing I can do. If ever I'm like a little bit low on stuff, it's like just throw everything into the pot. Here you go. Who wants to feast? Feast on this, everybody. I mean, yeah, look at that. 71 gold per turn. Nom 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 nom. Lay a bunch of gold up there as well. And here, some more horses. Anyone want some horses? No, nobody wants the horses. Fine. And now I go back to the city and I'm like, here's your spaceport. Lovely. I'm going to change the symbol to a lovely little star as soon as we're done. And then I know. Then it's all good. I'm hoping as well that nobody's going to be close to getting a science victory anytime soon. It's not until turn like 250 we need to worry fully. Korea is 14 techs behind. I don't think they're going to be anywhere near. No. But we need to keep an eye on it. I don't want anybody to get a science victory, so we may have to get a premature nuking going. You know, an early nuking. If this proves to be a bit of a problem. I don't think it should be, but you never know. Oh my goodness, look at that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 religions in my capital. I feel it could be better. I keep dropping religions, annoyingly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this one. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, that's cool. Well, there we go. This city actually has the reliquaries ability, so I want to put that in there. Hang on, there we go. Ta-da! More faith. It's a small difference, but it's a difference nonetheless. Nobody's getting a culture victory, nobody's getting a diplomacy victory, and nobody's going to get a domination victory, and the world is just religiously insane, so nobody's going to get one of those as well. It's all good. It's all good. Here we go. Uranium source, and number 2. Lovely stuff. Ideology. This should give me quite a fun one. I think this is, there we go, 5-year plan. Lovely stuff. Visselbanken, colonial taxes. I'm looking for production. I'm looking for anything that's going to give me gold. Forced modernization is not as important anymore. I think I'm going to go for something more fun. Levy on mass would be cool. Yes, I think I'm going to go levy on mass. Or, no, that's good. Gives us a little bit more gold. Republican legacy is doing well for us as well. Good. Right, now that's perfect. That means we can now focus on going for... Do we go government or Cold War first? I reckon we go for Cold War first, and then we'll go the government. I mean, it's all a bit 6 and 2/3s. Modern era, again, nothing really that exciting for me here, but I can, again, I could go for campus adjacency to give production. That would help me to generate a little bit more military units as well to arms. That would be quite cool. It's all good. I think general production will help me build the nukes, so we'll do that for now, but I'm not entirely sure that's the best move for me. 7 turn nukes, actually that's not bad. It's not bad at all. World's Fair, I love the sound of that. That's great. And Canada by far has the most diplomacy points, so I'm going to go for Canada. Where have they gone? There they are. Double people, I reckon double towards engineers, and then I'd love culture bombs. What do I think is going to go through? I'll put 2 votes on that. I'll put lots of votes on engineers. There we go. Let's see if that goes through. No, people are voting like mad at the end of the game. Canada did get points. No musicians. Huh, so okay, I walk away with 2 points from that Congress. And I'm still in the lead. Canada wasn't winning, so it was fine to vote for them. Lovely. I just realised I've got my first nuclear device. I'm so excited. Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, it's fun. Every time I get to check one of these off as being done, they're ready to go. Ready to rock. We are already up to 3 nukes, and I've just picked up Cold War, which means I now have international water. So that's double speed nuclear submarines, and of course I get 2 every time that I build 1, so that's awesome. The war with Singapore that Byzantium has raged is still going on. Isn't that mad? How many people have died in this war? Like a lot. I feel like a lot of people have died in this war. It's horrific. I love the fact that Scotland's just stood by this whole time going, yeah, sure. I mean, admittedly I have as well, but I'm a sworn pacifist. If this were to be flipped, I mean, I might go after it, but that's totally different. I feel like I'm really role-playing Gandhi here. My 4 original cities, every single one is now building a nuke. Yeah, we've hit the late stage of the game. My aggression has flipped over the sort of coding cap, and I'm now on -1, which gives me 256 or whatever the integer would be. It's very exciting. Actually, I can use giant death robots as well. Now, that would be something that would be relatively amusing. But it does take uranium to hold those things, so I'm not necessarily convinced giant death robots are going to be the answer for me. There you go, democracy. The reason I'm getting this is for the trade routes. That's the main thing. Trade routes give me way more production than before. I can now also pick up my favourite card in the game, which is New Deal, to get myself all the amenities and housing that a big growing city needs, which is wonderful. Rationalism I don't need anymore, actually thinking about it, because I have all the science that I could ever want. So basically anything that gives production. Now economic union's good because it gives me gold, and then also gives me production through the seaports and the sort of shipyards and that sort of thing. That's awesome. And I think after that point there's a wild card that I could get, but I can't think of anything that would really help here. Public transport would give me a little bit more production in my capital because it does have a neighbourhood, but that feels like a small thing. A very, very small thing. Triangular trade, I'll get that as a placeholder because then it'll remind me as soon as I've got the globalization card, I think. There we go, yeah, e-commerce, that's a really good one, so maybe we'll do that as well. Picking up open borders with everybody as well before I forget. The problem I've got is that by leaving all of these units outside of people's borders, people aren't necessarily very happy with me. I'm breaking a lot of promises, and because of that, my opinion of the world stage, or the world stage's opinion of me, I should say, is drastically falling apart. So let's get as many open borders in as we can. Just helps me to move all of my battleships and submarines and nukes around the map without there being a problem. There we go, look at that. Much better. Actually, has anyone else got any nuclear material other than me? No, it's just me. Just Gandhi and his nukes. It's like a children's book, isn't it? Gandhi and the nukes. There was once a happy Gandhi. He had lots of nukes. Hello, Gandhi. You could do like a Teletubbies thing with it. Say nukey bye-bye. Bye. Oh no, I've lost it. You can tell I need to stop filming for the day when I start doing Gandhi nuclear Teletubby references. There's always a stage when you know it's gone too far. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe it's only by this point that I see the true clarity of life. Maybe that's what it is. Do you see, like, Russia just telling me off for leaving units on its border? I like the fact that they think I'm going to move them. It's like, I'm Gandhi. I've got nukes. I'm doing what I want. Up to 7 nukes. Oh, I am so excited. It's brilliant. Oh no. Oh dear. That floodplain is dead, and that's annoyingly a city that has a lot of oil on it. Right, military engineers, you're actually needed for once. Go and rush that project through. We're going to have to go and fix that stuff ASAP. It's very rare when something like that actually happens where you feel the need to genuinely intervene. Accumulate less war weariness than usual. For some strange reason, I feel like that may be important. I can't think why, but Wonder if it has anything to do with the large amount of nukes that I'm planning on dropping on people, which, you know, may or may not cause me crippling war weariness. I think the word crippling is quite important here. There's another one done. Look, 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 look. They're starting to fill up as completed now. Not quite. This system, like, I am impressed with myself, right? This is by far the most organized I've ever been on Civ. Oh yeah, I got a lot of aid out of that one. Forgot about that aid request. How people doing diplomatically? No, I'm still winning. If I'm still winning, we're okay. I've officially now hit halfway on the nuclear devices. We have 10. I don't know, actually. Do I wait at 10? Or do I just, like, assume that's going to be fine? I don't know. Oh, damn. I keep doing that. I keep deleting the frickin' tack. It's like, no. Keep the tack. It's all important. Actually, what's happening now, which is really handy, is the world is beginning to flood. The more the world floods, the more my boats can travel around. So, very selfishly, I'm enjoying this. This is good. This is such a fun thing about having 102 strength city attacks. It's like, an ironclad. Kaboom. Okay, normally it kills it in one. That kind of ruins the effect. I was trying to show off. The game doesn't let me show off. Desperately, the AI is offering me alliances. It's like, I think they know what's coming. But there's nothing they can do to stop it. No, 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 Russia. No, no. You enjoy nukes more than anybody. You're gonna definitely enjoy it. People always forget that engineers can do this. Rush? Yes, rushing a flood barrier. Very, very essential when you've got this much oil on the island. I need that fixed. I'm using 30 per turn at the moment. Oh dear, my CO2 footprint must be pretty poor. And it is. It's terrible. Walls complete. Oh, thank God. Rush them through. Always really good. Look at the barbs. They just stood on this hill like, why is the sea rising? Don't worry, friends. Nothing that concerns you. Oh, Schrödinger. What? Okay, sure. I didn't think I'd get any scientists, but great. Nanotech. Oh, that's it. He always comes way too late. Like, what is the point? I want to do something cool with him, but it never does anything. I guess, especially with Schrödinger, he's one of those great scientists where you really don't know if you're going to get a benefit with him until you use him, you know? It's like, you sit there, you've got the idea of whether you're going to get him or not, and it's just like, either he is going to help or he's not going to help, he's just going to be dud or not dud, and, you know, until you open it up, like, how are you supposed to know? Oh, come on, I can hear you all. That was good. That was good. Ugh. You guys have no respect for dad jokes. That was even about a scientist. Come on. Come on. You guys are missing out on an absolute treat of like me rolling turns on and rejecting about 17 alliance deals per turn. It's like, this is all I get to do. So I'm going to tell Schrödinger jokes if I can, you know? It's just what makes me sane here. I wish there was a button I could press that just says, Gandhi has set up shop. He is done for the day. He is donezo. Like, don't talk to me. I'm gone. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Look, Korea's capital was landlocked, but now the sea has risen, and I can take a boat in there. Hee. That, however, means that every single location is now good to go. We have units stationed around the world. All we're waiting for now is some nuclear devices. I've got 17, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more that are built in, you know, maximum 7 turns, but honestly, we can just keep cranking them out. In fact, I'm just waiting a little bit because all of my friendships are beginning to expire. It's not a problem, because even if I can't declare war on, like, Scotland, for instance, if I've got a nuclear sub and I'm like, okay, I want to declare war on Scotland, either you find somewhere that they've got a unit that you can accidentally, I have to say that in quote, like big quotes, air quotes, accidentally hit, or you find someone they're allied with, like Canada, and you nuke them instead. So it's very possible. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, stupid world. You think your defensive packs are going to save you? They will be the downfall of you, my friends. The downfall. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Matthew Wilkinson, Salty Tech, Midnight Oil, Trevor Askby, Paul Coffey, Senjik, Kroger Brand, Trail Mix, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, and Portland for all of your support on Patreon, as well as everybody else who comments and likes. Thank you!